Thanks very much for joining us post-game. Your first start for the club and 3 points to go along with it. What did you make of that one?
No, obviously, most importantly, 3 points. We knew coming in it was going to be a test. Playing against a team that's fighting for their lives. They're always got to be motivated, and that's how the game played out. I think first half we had long periods of control of the game, with them being threatening at times, but second half it was a bit slower. I think we probably could have tried to create a bit more. Obviously disappointing losing the goal towards the end, but most importantly getting the result.
After a couple of disappointing results, were you all really keen to provide a response today?
No, of course, and I think the nature of it and what our schedule's been like in terms of how quickly the games have come around. It's the positive thing when you've had a negative result is you've got a chance to put it right pretty quickly. So it's always good for the mood and the sort of atmosphere around the training ground and around the squad to get a positive result off the back of a negative one.
In the first half, it didn't look like there was too much in it initially, but did your quality really begin to show towards the end of that?
No, I think so. Like I said, it was tight. We felt like we had long periods of control, as well as feeling like they could be a bit dangerous in the counter at times. We knew how they were going to play and where they were going to target us. But I think the manager says it all the time about keeping that pressure up and keep pushing. And I think scoring at the times we did was massive for us just going into half time.
Yeah, you mentioned the danger that they had on the counterattacks and real speed in behind. How pleased were you with the way that you were able to deal with that and prevent them from really getting in?
Yeah, no, I think as a back four and goalie and as a team in general, we managed that quite well. A lot of that is organisation at times, and it comes to Rocky and Big Chris next to me are always talking. So it felt like we had that under control, even though it was there was times where we felt like we could be exposed, but I think lads done really well with that.
The second goal in particular is one of real quality. Almost everyone got a touch of the ball before it went in. Did that really put you in control at that point?
Yeah, no, I think, like you said, the quality shown there was what the side's got in it, and they've shown that all season. But on the day, the timing of it, it was massive for us just before half time. It gave us a bit of extra cushion going into half time and something to build on the second half.
Yeah, you mentioned before the game felt a little bit slow at points, but did that suit you, especially when you went ahead in the game and you were dominating the possession?
No, it can do at times, but sometimes I think we're at our from what I've seen, from watching from the side, we're at our best and we keep the tempo high at times. Stage of the season has affected that. There's some tired bodies out there on both sides. We've obviously made a couple of changes, or more than a couple of changes today as well. So you've got lads that are coming in that maybe haven't played, so they're trying to get up to speed. So it's just the way it is, sort of this stage of the season. But most importantly is finding a way to win.
Personally as well, you've had to be really patient for your first start here, but can you be really pleased with how you performed out there?
No, I think so. I think only my second league start this season, first since I've been here, so a bit of a strange situation. Not played an awful lot of football. Felt probably a bit rusty at times. First 15 minutes were a bit of a blow, but once I got in it, I felt got into the swing of it and time and position and things like that. So reasonably happy with how I performed, but overall I think if I can add a bit of value and a bit of experience to the squad, or when I'm on the pitch, and more importantly the win was the result we're looking for.
Yeah, the gaffer mentioned last week that you've been a hugely important character in the squad. How does the dressing room here compare to ones you've played in the past?
Yeah, every dressing room's different, and it's difficult to compare really. I think what you've got here is obviously a dressing room full of lads that are really hungry and desperate to be successful. And when you put that together with a club that's putting everything in place for them, and making sure facilities, staff, everything behind the scenes is first class, you've got a reasonable chance of being successful.
Right, thanks very much. Well played.
No worries, thank you.